Lightweight, baby!
Hey, how's it going? This is Danny from Made of Metal, aka Britain's strongest drummer. And when there is news going on, there is a news video that is going to be uploaded. I must apologise in advance for the croakiness of my voice. I had a terribly timed bout of man flu, just 6 days away from England's strongest man under 80 kilograms. So, you know, I'm over the worst of it, thank God. And it could have been timed much better because rather last weekend than the weekend of the competition. But anyway, enough about me. What we're going to talk about in this video? Well, we know who is going to be competing at England's strongest man under 90 kilograms. Ben Donnan has taken another world record. We've got the halftime entertainment announced for England's strongest man under 80 kilograms, and we take a quick look at the results of Scotland's strongest man under 80 kilograms. So, taking place as I was filming the last lightweight news video were the qualifiers for England's strongest man under 90 kilograms. There was a northern qualifier, there was a southern qualifier, there was supposed to be a Midlands qualifier, but that unfortunately had to be cancelled due to a lack of interest. I think there were about 2 or 3 athletes signed up, so under 90 guys, come on, like get involved next year, make this competition the biggest and best that it can be. I mean, as it turns out, England's strongest man under 90 kilograms is looking pretty stacked anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the list of athletes that have qualified. Full disclosure, I'm going to be reading these because there's too many names to commit to memory. So we have got Gaz Cannon, Ashley Cannell, Dave Millett, Lewis Bolton, Joe Kennedy, Michael Sillis, Ben Sackree, I'm so sorry, Mark Thompson, Joe Schofield, the CEO, Harry Rogers, the Red Panda, Mark Cummins, the Honey Badger, Rob Nixon and Chris Arnold. So there's a lot of names in that lineup that are going to be competing in England's Strongest Man in June that are going to be pulling double duty at the Chaos Classic under 90 kilograms. We also know the events for England's Strongest Man under 90 kilograms. So let's go through those now. So kicking off the competition, we have a max overhead event. This time it is a max dumbbell, starting at 70 kilograms, which every athlete must attempt, creeping up in 5 kilogram increments. Presumably then you're able to nominate the weights that you want to go for. Then we have a good old fashioned axle deadlift 4 reps, suits allowed 270 kilograms on the bar. And then we have every single American strongman's favorite event. It is a sandbag to shoulder ladder, starting at 100 kilograms, 115, 125, finishing on 140 kilograms. Fourth event, we have a bag toss over a 4-meter bar, 4 bags starting at 15 kilograms, going up to 22.5. And then finishing off, we have a farmers into a yoke, 20 meters each way with each implement, 130 kilograms per hand on the farmers, 310 kilograms on the yoke. Quite a different way to finish off a competition. No loading, no stones, no sandbags, anything like that. So yeah, shaping up to be a good competition. Top 3 will qualify for Britain's strongest under 90 kilogram man later in the year. And it's been a minute since we last talked about him, but Ben Donnan has been up to his old tricks again, taking another world record with an axle overhead press of 160 kilograms, which I believe is the first ever strongman triple bodyweight overhead press, which is pretty astonishing when you think about it. And watching the video, the guy didn't even tie up his shoes properly. Didn't your mother tell you that? That's dangerous? And then you've got to love the grandstanding at the end, kind of finishing it off with one leg. You can't see, I'm on one leg, but 160 kilograms up here, balanced on one leg. The guy's a beast. He's going to be coming over to England as part of that Chaos Classic, which is happening in July. And I can't wait to see him go toe-to-toe with some of the big names that are going to be competing there. More than that, I can't wait to see him compete at Europe's Strongest Man in August against some of the guys that I know are going to be there, one of whom probably be talking about a little bit later on. Now this coming Sunday, the 23rd of April, we have England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms. In a day or two, I'm going to be releasing a YouTube video which is going to go through all the details of that competition, talking about some of the athletes, talking about the events. But a surprise announcement was made this past weekend of some halftime entertainment. Yes, we are going to have a world record deadlift attempt at the competition. It's going to be the under 90 kilogram deadlift world record. It's going to be 400 kilograms, and the attempt is going to be taken by Dan Benson. He placed, I believe, 6th at OSG under 90 this year and was part of a tremendous race where it was basically neck and neck up until the stones. He has previously held the under 90 kilogram world deadlift record, so you know he's going to be keen to take it back. And the fact that this was announced basically out of the blue, if you were to follow Dan Benson's social media, fortitude.strength, you probably would have seen that he's not really been making a big song and dance about his deadlift training, not really been talking about it too much. So the fact that it's been announced, and it's been announced this close to the date, I think that means he's really, really confident. So I'm looking forward to cheering him on the day. I'm going to be there as part of the England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms lineup, but I'll be taking time out to make sure I watch Dan do his attempt. So good luck, Dan. Not that you need it. As I say, you've got to be pretty confident. So let's get it done. And let's finish off talking about the results from the recent Scotland's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms, which means we know the first 3 athletes that are going to be taking part in Britain's Strongest under 80 in July. And in reverse order, congratulations go to Andrew Taylor, Andrew Nicholson, and the one and only Chris Harper. Yes, Chris Harper has done it again. He had a clean sweep, 5 event wins out of 5. The first event was a max axle overhead, and he won that event by about 20 kilograms. So really making a statement there, a very decisive win. And on top of that, in the stone over yoke at the end of the competition, the cheeky lad just thought he'd go for a world record. I think it was 191 kilogram stone. He got it up to the bar, couldn't quite extend enough to get it over the bar, but he had just done 4 events prior to that and won the competition. So I think it's fair enough that perhaps the world record at this stone wasn't there on that day. And yeah, so Chris Harper going to Britain's Strongest Man. He's also putting in for the online qualifier for Europe's Strongest Man. And we mentioned him earlier, Ben Donnin. I would love to see Ben Donnin and Chris Harper in the same competition going head to head. I think that could be really entertaining to watch. And potentially it's something that we've got to look forward to in August. So congratulations to everyone that took part in Scotland's Strongest Man. I had a look at the score sheets. It looked like there were some amazing results from people, but the consistency from Chris, as I say, he clean sweep every event. He's definitely going to be someone to look out for at Britain's Strongest Man later in the year. I would just like to give a quick nod to Andrew Nicholson, who took 2nd overall on the day. He got 9 reps on the 200 kilogram axle deadlift, and that was only good enough for 7th in that event, which goes to show the level of talent and the strength that was on display on that day. So to be able to carve out a place on the podium amongst that pool of talent is something to be commended. So as I say, looking forward to seeing all 3 of these guys competing at Britain's Strongest Man later in the year, and we are going to find out very soon who from England is going to be joining them. So that's going to be it for this latest lightweight news video. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, comment below, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. As I say, I am going to be back in a day or 2 with a full preview of England's Strongest Man coming up this weekend. And after that, there'll be the review. I recorded a chat with Ash Lappage about the UKNS, which is potentially a little bit out of date in terms of which athlete's going to be there, but it is what it is. I've been Danny from Made of Metal, and I'll see you very soon.